folks, and welcome back to the last Starship. It's been a while since I played this game. I think it's been over a year or so. But you can see here, they've released the full version. They've been in early access for an entire 5 years or so now, and we finally have the full version or first version of the game. So we're going to start a new one, see what's different, because I don't remember a lot of this game. I remember desperately falling in love with it and playing way too much of it. But we'll see what's going on here. So we're going to click on New Game. I don't remember these guys. I think Boldly Go is the only option we had before, but now there's also a survival one, and I don't know what defensive enemies means. We'll only target once you have targeted. No, I don't want that. I want to make sure that we get the full experience. All right, so we're 23rd century. Yay, 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 yay. We know all the deal. We have to build a starship to mine materials and to help complete some gate, if I remember correctly. I don't remember what the gate's called, but I remember there is one. So there's our beautiful little ship that we're probably going to stick with for quite a while here, because that's how this game seems to work, is you need to make sure you have all your ducks in a row. And this little ship, if I remember correctly, served us for a nice long time before we could afford something better. But okay, so we're going, oh no, that's a shuttle. This is our ship that served us well for a while there. Okay, so I'm going to just click and go fast forward through this. All right, this is our new home. Yay us. All right. Vessel is fresh out of the shipyard, production line, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Yep, we got all that. We can zoom in and out. Okay. And holding the middle mouse wheel allows us to move around. Okay, no big deal. So we're going to go to construction, install, and what do we need to do? Reactor. So we're going to go to reactor. And does it matter where we put said reactor? Oh, it just needs to be somewhere over here. All right, so I'll put it... Let's put it right there. All right, so they're going to do that. He's putting his little in there. Yay, us. All right, needs fuel. All right, so I have to remember how all this stuff works. I remember some of this, but not a lot of it. So we'll figure out how it all works here in just a little bit. All right, but I'm going to put that there. And... there's going to be pipes, I think, for fuel. Yeah. All right, so the little fuel containers get loaded onto this, which loads that up, which then is going to provide us power. There we go. Now it needs some atmosphere, so we're going to install an air duct. Let's put that right there. And I don't know if that needs a loader, and I forget lots of things, but I know that we need oxygen. That's kind of an important thing. All right, so we're going to go into cables, and we want a power cable. Oh, thank God we can overlap these things, because previously you could not overlap any of that, and it was an absolute nightmare. Thank God we can do that. Okay, we got an oxygen loader. Cool. And then once we load the oxygen, we'll have to connect the two things together, which should not be a big deal. So you go pipe. All right, you can see that it's all spinning up now. The oxygen's going in. That bad boy's going. And you can see our O2 is slowly but surely coming up. All right. We don't have any battery power on board the ship, and we have two engines, and we need to connect them up. All right, so we're gonna run some pipes. See, I don't particularly like this setup. Then I need to use cables. Connect that to power. All right, so we're going to do the same thing with the other one here. Fuel line's going to come all the way in like so. Cables go like that. There we are. All right, so this is the one thing I forget, the tactical menu. So hit T to get into that. And we can increase our throttle down here. Yeah, I know. Okay. I did. Is there any spot that it wants us to go in particular? Or are we just having fun? Yeah, I did all that. All right, I know. I did my job. Yeah, I know. That's what I was doing, game. Come on, it's okay. It's okay. So I got that. Just click where I want to go. And then we can right click on a spot and just say, hey, I want to go there. Cool. Then I hit T to get out of tactical menu. Fantastic. All right. When you're ready to bring the ship, stop by setting it to 0. Earn a way to complete contracts. We need to open up the contract screen. Okay, it's slowly coming back to me. Transport passengers, we can do that. All right, so they have a shuttle coming in. There it is. And I think we only have one docking bay, which is over here, which is kind of annoying. It's really nice in this game to have multiple docking bays so that you don't have to necessarily set the ship up a certain way. Oh, we got 29 passengers? My goodness. All right, so we need to get our FTL drive online. So let's go ahead and trade. Propulsion and FTL. That's expensive. My goodness. Propulsion. There we go. All right. And then we bought some of that. Our FTL drive, we're going to go install. It's nice that it gives you all the things that you have. So I want to put that back here, I think. Maybe I'll just put it off to the side here. Gonna get it set up with power. Boop. Cool. Luckily, it doesn't take too long to install this stuff. It's pretty easy, not a big deal. Power-wise, it looks like we're doing just fine. Then I need to go to storage. And FTL charge, and they're just going to exist back here. So all of the things we bought there should be going. Cool. All right, so now we're going to go over to the sector map. We're going to... Where are we going here? Transport passengers. There we go. Prepare jump. This is always one of the fun parts of the game. All right, let's see what we got here. So we're going to go in there and jump. I'm sorry. It's been a while since I played this game, and I really do enjoy it. It's fun. I think they've made a lot of quality of life improvements. Like already, not having to deal with cables and pipes and overlap. Like, you just do it, which is awesome. All right, so we got that. We got to go into contracts, and we're going to deliver our stuff. Deliver. All right, that's all well and good. Where our money's down here, I guess. All right. We definitely have a lot of stuff that I want to eventually build out here. So that's right. We have to do it all through trade, don't we? So if we have that, I don't need that. A battery would be nice. A tank. I think we have a couple tanks. Solar panels are fine, but we don't need them. I don't remember what that one is. Propulsion, we're good on that front for right now. Thrusters are going to be nice later on, but that's too expensive. I'd like to get a waste treatment machine, a water purifier, oxygen maker, hydroponic stuff, like all of that sounds really fun. Defense-wise, we don't have a need for that quite yet, but I would like to get that stuff down the road here. We're not mining anything yet, but I would like to do that. Does the industry have the drone things too? If I remember correctly, there were drones. Yeah, logistics drones, those things. I need those. All right, we'll deal with all that later. All right, passengers arrive. Yay, go. They're out of here. All right, we got all the basics covered. So we're going to go contract. I'm going to accept. Keep an eye on special systems. Never know who we find. Okay, I'm not worried about any of that right now. Okay, so the game's ours at this point. That's a very brief introduction to what we need to do there. We're going to go into contracts. We're going to accept. Like these are missions that are part of the game. You see them highlight. No, I didn't mean to do that. I just wanted to click on it to see what it was. All right, Commander, what's going on? Commander Harkin, yay. All right, we need a drone bay, a logistics drone, blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right, that's fine. We can do that. Let's go also go in here. I want to... We'll get that one. And in here, let's go ahead and find our drone. Drone bay. How many drones can fit in a drone? We'll do that. Okay. I'm going to put my drone bay, I think, back here. Actually, let's put it over on this side. And storage. Is there drone storage? I think there is. There it is. And then we're going to hook that up to power. There we go. All right, we got all that done. Let's go out to our sector map here. So that's the Interstellar Prospector. We're there. There's our delivery. So we're going to jump there first. And then once we have that part, then we can go in and figure out the next steps of what we want to do here. We're going to need to get some more water eventually and oxygen and all that stuff, but we're okay right now. We're in the 2,000 and 4,000 for all that. We're okay. Our FTL stuff is okay. We have 9 jumps left. We did send a good bit of money here. Let's jump. I'm an adult. So let's go over here and get this jumped in there. We'll deliver our first contract here, or I guess it's our second contract technically. But we're going to get our $14,000. So we're going to deliver that. We'll wait for them to come here. Ooh, that one's a good one. But I need to go do the other mission here. So we're going to do that. You can see we have all of these other ships. So we have that guy. This guy. Ooh, that's fancy. Look at you. So we got lots of weapons right there. That's kind of cool looking. These are all weapons officers. They're loading up the stuff. Oh, okay. So they have storage containers, and then these things load them right into the weapons. And then this guy can do that. That's cool. Lots of reactors. Even more. Oh my goodness. Look at all those cannons. We got huge water tanks, oxygen makers, air reprocessors. Man, this ship's banging. That's super cool. Okay, let's go back to our ship because I feel bad about what we have here when we look at that amazingness. All right, let's go back out to the sector map. We're going to go over here and prepare our jump. We have no weapons, so we are in deep doo-doo if this doesn't work properly. But we'll see what happens because that's the whole fun of the game, right? It's just to kind of do things and see, because we can always jump away if we have big problems. Let's see here. Where is this ship? There it is. Okay, so we're gonna go into our tactical menu. We'll right click on that and our ship will reorient itself. This is all, yeah, this is a little disorienting. Yeah, we're working on it. Don't worry, Commander. We also spinning really slow because we don't have any thrusters. So eventually I'd like to put thruster back here, 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 and here. And then we'll put the, I don't know if this is going to be a mining ship for us or something else. Now, if you've never played this game, I'm sorry, I should back up. There's a story mode, obviously, you do quests and stuff, but you can choose to fight, like we can make a ship that is just for fighting, or you can also go through and mine materials and turn your ships into factories and do all kinds of stuff. There are almost limitless options when it comes to what you want to do there, and there's all kinds of fun shenanigans you can get in with this. So we have our drones. See, they're getting thrown out there and they're going out here. Fuel supply. Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay, I need to put a tank to... We'll address that in a second. All right, is there any other good bits that we have here? So what these guys are doing right now is they're gathering up all the missing pieces that we have. All right, we'll return all this stuff momentarily. I want to make sure there's no other goodies that we can glean from this. There's lots of dead people. I like that they're different sizes to kind of show the different heights they might be at. But what we're doing right now is we're going to use those drones to gather up. Like, there's some good stuff in here. There's weapons. There's whatever that is. There's, I think that's oxygen or water. So we're going to hang out here just for a bit. There's some ingots there. We're just going to, you know, gather up all this stuff. So I'm going to fast forward here while we gather up all of the potential items that are good for us. Because even this little scrap metal stuff we can sell. Yeah, see this little scrap metal here? We can do stuff with that. So we want to make sure we gather up as much of that as possible. That's just a storage area, right? Like, there's nothing special about it. Any cargo, that's what I want. Just make that a little bit bigger of an area there. See, we are gathering up all the last little bits, pieces of this stuff. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, we need to gather up all that because, you know, it's a thing that needs to happen. This guy. Look at his face. I'm sorry, like, it's not funny, but it's there. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh. He met his maker. All right, I think we're good to go. So we're going to wait for our drones to stop doing their thing because we need to get them back on board here. If we leave and don't have them there, it's a problem. Okay, so that ship completely broke apart. This is all that's left. So we can see exactly what we have. It's just this little bit here. Looks like there's only a few more pieces. Boom, boom. Okay, we have all of that. Our drones are now back where they need to be, so we can go into our sector map. Where did the person say they are? Commander Harkin's all the way over there. So we'll prepare our jump, and we are jumping. Also, speeding up or slowing down the game really helps in this one. So we're just going to tell them to deliver that. This is the UMC Vanguard, which we can't see anything of, which is a little disappointing. When we click on it, we don't get any view into the inside of it, which makes me a little sad. But that's okay. All right, they're going to dock with us here. You can see they're lining up. They're coming close, and then the little retractable thing is going to come in. You see all these little thrusters, though, that keep them able to connect us real easy. And then we're going to deliver that flight bay thing to them. And thank you, Commander Harkin. You're welcome. Oh, great. All right, so we have 2 more ships that we need to go locate. UMC Celestial Hauler and the UMC Infinite Horizon. That's a good name, isn't it? Okay, and then we have this weird image that we, man, that sounds familiar to me, but I don't remember any of it. I'm sorry. All right, so we have that too, and we have to collect the wreckage of all that stuff, and then we need to bring all of that back to the Vanguard. All right, before we do any of that, we're going to install a medium tank, and that medium tank is going to exist right there, and then we're going to connect that with a pipe there. And basically all it's going to allow us to do is to make sure that we can load up the rest of the fuel here into this tank, so that you saw when that went empty. This will provide background for that. So this guy's going to deplete, and this guy's going to slowly fill up. And once that one's depleted, they'll put the rest of those in there. We don't have any trade available to us right now. So we're going to jump over to... Well, real quick, is there any contracts that we can do here? No, we're not on a spot we can do that. All right, so we're going to jump over. We know we have the Celestial Hauler there. We have a shipyard. All right, let's go over to the Celestial Hauler real fast and gather up all that. And then Infinite Horizon's way out there. Actually, let's go here real fast. So we're going to rotate around slowly but surely. We can jump. Yay us. Because we need to buy some stuff. So we need fuel. I believe I can control click. Oh, it buys it all. Yeah, I don't want that. Is it shift click that gives us all of it? Let me just exit out of there real fast. All right, so trade. Propulsion. Shift click. Yeah. All right, I don't need that much of all this stuff. I'll do that. All right. I feel like we should have some weaponry, but I'm not going to go there because I don't know enough yet to... I know enough to be dangerous, and that's never a good idea for doing stuff with this. I'm going to add a couple more of these. We're going to see if there's any contracts available for us. Why can I not do that? Oh, I can't attack anybody because I don't have weapons. Do I have the ability to... No, I don't have enough money to even think about doing something cool like that. Like, I would love to just... Like, Gatling guns in this game are not enough. Railguns are awesome, but they're $100,000. I do not currently possess that much money, so that's a problem. So we'll wait for our little ship here to come in. There we go. This bad boy is still filling up. Let's go ahead and go to our sector map. We're going to jump all the way out to Infinite Horizon first, since that's the farthest one away, and then we'll work our way backwards. I really should get some thrusters at some point too. Where's our ship out here? All right. Don't love that we have a bunch of asteroids that can definitely wreck us here real fast too, so we need to be careful. Yep, we're already getting hit. And we need to be here for as little time as possible. So we got the flight recorder recovered. We're still in the process of recovering any other useful items here. And I'm going to get this so we're set up with the Celestial Haulers sooner rather than later. And let's jump away here. Oh, they got a scavenger there. That's not good. Do they have weapons is the real question. Does not appear to be any weaponry that they're dealing with. Yeah, we'll give you the money. Don't particularly care about any of the rest of that. I just need to get the flight recorder, and you can see our disheveled ship here that we got hit with. So we got that. There's our flight recorder. Okay. Collect the wreckage of the USS Stellar Horizon from system NG-15. All right, so we still have one more thing we need to do here. I'm going to speed the game up here so we can collect all of the things. And I'm just trying to bring our ship in nice and close so we have space for all of the things. I guess I'm going to have to build another storage area here. So we have more space to put our stuff because the scrap is going to be hopefully quite lucrative. But we'll see about that. All right. We can be here all day if we want it to be. I mean, I'm totally cool spending more time here, but I do actually want to get going here. So let's take a look at our sector map. Where else do we need to go? All right, so I need to collect the wreckage of that. And there's a shipyard there as well. Okay. Easy enough. Let's gather up the scrap because we can sell the scrap. So that's what I want to do. When we go into the trade area, you can sell your items as well. So I want to do that. I'm just going to gather up all of the stuff we can. I believe we can also melt the scrap down and put it into ingots at some point. But that's going to be a future us problem, I believe. All right. Oh, they're repairing our ship. Look at that. Thank you, drones. I appreciate you greatly. Okay, so we're going to go there. We're going to go out to our shipyard. Prepare to jump. Jumping around. All right. And we got to collect the wreckage. All right. Collect wreckage. Okay. Send a recovered wreckage to ship. All right, so we have this guy coming in right now. Let's trade real fast. And we want to sell something. I want to sell all of this scrap for $500. But I believe this one's going to pay us out nicely. So if we go over into contracts here, take a look. The payment's $200,000, which last I checked is more than we have now. I'm also going to take on some new crew. I'm also going to take on this. And we're going to accept a whole bunch of new people here because we want to make sure that our ship is always ready to roll with whatever we may need here. So we're taking on board all of the stuff here. Then we have our passengers should be coming on board. And we have all of the things. All right, so now we can go ahead and jump over to Commander Harkin. Jump through hyperspace, boom. We'll deliver, which means they're going to come to us. So I'm going to speed this up because I don't feel like waiting for them to dock forever. You can see we're starting to run low on FTL fuel, so we're going to need to buy some of that. But hopefully we'll be able to complete this one really quickly and get us some stuff here. But yeah, you can see they're returning all of that. We still need to return some of the flight recorders. This one's right there. And then all the scrap or whatever it is from that ship needs to go out. And then we can deliver these other two items. And then we're going to have to figure out what we're doing with our stuff here. But we do get rankings, and I assume that means we get the access to more stuff. I don't know if that's the case or not, but I'm assuming we get harder missions at some point if we do all the things. All right. So we did all of that. I think we completed A Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. Yeah, I know there's a pirate vessel out there. That's okay. Well, it's not okay, but we can deal with that. Okay, so we have that. Okay, so we know it's kind of like this little like flying like axe kind of shape. Yeah, I'm going to use the funds that you guys once you deliver said funds. There we go. That's what I want to see. Give me that sweet, sweet dollars. Give me that money. Heck yeah. Or are they credits? Because like that's the sci-fi thing. It's not money. It's credits. All right. Let's go ahead quickly and I can't even. So I need to go to sector map. We need to. All right, so we need to transport people there, which is fine. Also, we have a shipyard there, which means we can buy some more fuel. And then where's the other one going? All right, well, I'm going to go there first. Let's do that. So we'll do this. Jump. Are they both going to the same place? That's really cool if they're going to the same spot. That's an easy win right there if that's true. There we go. All right, we got those contracts completed. We made $22,000 or so. And then another $18,000. Heck yeah. All right, let's go ahead and trade. We need FTL fuel real bad. So we'll do that. And then I think we'll call it a day for now. And we'll be back down the road and... Oh, hold on. Let's see what we got. All right. We will deal with Commander Larkin here in a little bit. But folks, that's going to wrap us up here for our first round here in the fully released version 1 of The Last Starship. Come back and join me again because I got lots of stuff planned. And I want to play this game a lot more because it's super fun. But until next time, thanks for joining me and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.